Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another episode of the Pre-Order Bonus Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Cameron Warren, and I'm joined, as always, by the Pixel Professor, Jacob Price. It's April 2nd, 2026, and I just did one of the most manly things that you can do, Jake.
Okay, and that was?
That is eat a rotisserie chicken over the kitchen sink.
The whole thing?
Like three-quarters of it. I was pretty hungry.
Dang, dude.
And just that for dinner. That's...
Is I don't know, your wife and kids out of town? That sounds like the kind of thing I do.
No. So I actually, fun fact, I cooked dinner at our home. And tonight I was like, you know what? We're doing man dinner. So I just cooked one of those like pre-made sourdough bread loaves from Costco and had a Costco rotisserie chicken. I'm like, here you go. It was like medieval dinner night. Bread and chicken. Jake, what are the top three manliest meals that you can have? I think it's got to be top three, like eating a rotisserie chicken over the kitchen sink has got to be in there. What are the other?
Over the kitchen sink. That's what kills her, man. Over the kitchen sink is like, sure, it's manly, but it's also like broke college student. Like I'm all out of dishes, and
Yeah, I just didn't need it. I didn't want to use a dish.
I mean, steaks obviously up there.
Okay, yeah. Steak, like you ever eat a steak with your hands, just like just like grab it, and just bite it, no knife, no fork.
I definitely have picked up a steak with a fork and ripped hunks like
Just like a
or chunks out of it.
yeah.
I don't know if I've just picked up a steak like
That's
it was
solid.
a burger and went for it.
Ribs, I think ribs, because you got to get in there, get messy.
Ribs, gotta get is this? Tell me if this would maybe this is a top five, but I would just say like a giant plate of scrambled eggs.
Yeah, I could see it. I could
Scrambled
see
eggs
it.
and bacon. Like
Yeah. As long as you have a lot of bacon, right? You just like,
yeah,
yeah. You're eating the bacon like off the plate with the paper towel on it while you eat your scrambled eggs. That's pretty manly.
yeah. Actually, yeah, that's exactly the most manly way to do that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, enough about food. Although we could talk about food, probably we could have a food cast, food episode of the Pre-Order Bonus. Top 3 meals of all time. Maybe we'll make that a Patreon special.
Yeah, sorry. I'm thinking of the best meals I've ever had in my life, and there's one that I had. You know what? I'll save it. It was incredible. It was. I told my kids we were going to, and I was just said to them when I realized what kind of food establishment we were in. I leaned over and says like, "Kids, you're never having a meal like this ever again in your entire life. I don't think you ever will."
Interesting.
Like
Oh, I think I know what the. Okay. Yeah, we'll save
I
it.
think you do.
We'll
But
save
yeah.
it. Exclusive content, ladies and gentlemen. Patreon.com/pre-order bonus. Pre-order cast. Video games, Jake.
Was that an exasperated sigh or?
Yeah, I think I'm in a little bit of a burnout phase. I attempted to play Crimson Desert, as I shared with you, for like an hour and a half, and I did what I think a lot of other people did and bounced off of it. Although it looks like it's gotten a crazy amount of changes and upgrades. I'm doing like former me would have just bought it, played it for 3 hours, and never played it again. New me is like really resisting because I know that I won't ever get far enough to actually get like the juice out of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just not engaging. I can't do it, man. Can't do it. So in lieu of that, I'm not really playing much of anything. I'm kind of maybe taking a teeny bit of a break. I mean, as much as you can when you have a video game podcast, but yeah, I think I'm a little bit of a break. What have you been playing?
So I can say it now, but I actually got a review key for the game Fishbowl. This is an indie game that released today, actually, April 2nd. I've been playing it on PS5. It's a really fantastic game. It's a tough one in that it's pretty serious. So essentially, you are playing as, her name is Alo. Her grandmother had passed away a month before the game starts, and then the game starts with you going into lockdown and working from home for COVID. And so it's pretty heavy, to say the least. But
Yeah, I was about
I
to say it
actually think
sounds like it.
it is pretty heavy. I mean, it has some lighthearted moments, but it's a pretty heavy game. I think overall, though, I actually really like how they handled the monotony of being stuck at home, in terms of gameplay. I think it's very artistically done. So it might not be a game for everyone, but I do feel like this is an early contender for that, like, what's the award? Like most impactful or like most emotional. Like the title is something like that. You know what I mean? For like, uh, just at the end of year stuff. Why
Gotcha.
am I blanking on the name of this? Whatever that's called, this will be there. This will absolutely be there.
Nice. Nice.
Mhm.
Very cool. Jake, have you heard of the game that just released? I Am Jesus Christ.
I remember reading like a Kotaku article on this. Like, I feel like it was like 4 or 5 years ago.
That
Uh,
released today on Steam. Yeah.
It didn't release on Easter. I mean, guess today. What's today? It's Holy Week right now, and uh, today's a special day for Holy Week.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So we're coming up on Easter. Resurrection of Jesus Christ and time to celebrate. Yeah, I am Jesus Christ. So it turns out this is not like just a meme or like AI slop. This is like a legit Jesus
It's not
Christ
a meme.
simulator. No, it's like a real game. Although also brought to you by the developer who made Holy Cow Milking Simulator and
Is
Out
that
of Reach Treasure Royale, which is a battle royale pirate game.
that's quite the spread of games, I would say. Wait, what was that milking game? Honestly, that you know what? Maybe I don't want to know. That sounded vaguely sexual in a really weird way.
It didn't get that tag on Steam, but anyways, yeah. So I actually was talking to one of my coworkers, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you gonna play I Am Jesus Christ?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought that was like AI slop game." And now I'm actually kind of intrigued, and it has very positive reviews.
Sorry, I got distracted by this Holy Cow milking simulator, and oh man.
I mean, that's also another one to look into, to be honest.
Uh,
I feel like I kind of want to. I kind of want to try this, yeah, especially in honor of Easter week. It's there's a demo and it's $13 on Steam. No, yeah, it's $13 on Steam.
It kind of looks like a Bethesda game.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah, it's like a Bethesda like. I don't know if it's like a RPG. I think there might be a teeny bit of. It's like a story driven. I mean, we know the story. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, why do I feel like I saw a trailer and at the three-quarters of the way through the trailer, it like has the crucifixion of Christ, and then it was like, and then he came back. And
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know. I totally thought that
Jake,
this was
as a fellow Christian, is it sacrilegious to play this game?
it's probably okay. I don't know.
I mean, maybe it behooves us as two Christian game podcasters to play this game. But anyway, I'll just throw that out there for you if you guys want to go take a look. I Am Jesus Christ just released on Steam. Yeah, it's funny, or maybe it's not funny.
Wow.
Game of the year, maybe.
Oh, interesting. AI tools were used in the production of the voice acting.
Oh, interesting. Also, randomly, Temtem. Remember Temtem?
Yeah, I do remember Temtem.
So Temtem, the MMO Pokemon like battle or monster catching game, released a Vampire Survivor, a Survivor like Temtem
Oh.
Swarm, which is just randomly released today, and it's $8 on Steam. And I was like, that is really this Survivor genre is just like taking off, bro.
Okay, so I actually remember seeing something about this game. So I played probably halfway through Temtem.
Yeah.
I actually kickstarted Temtem. This was a billion years ago, and one of our mutual friends, Robzor, I can't remember if he also kickstarted it, but he played Temtem. I can't remember if he beat
I
Temtem.
definitely played like 8 or 10 hours of it for sure.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I dropped off. I didn't finish it, but it's. I
Dude, it
mean,
gets really hard. I'll be honest.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like it's so close to Pokemon, and you're like, why am I playing this? I'll just play Pokemon. Except the fact that it's a full blown MMO, so it's like totally multiplayer.
I mean, and it's cool in that way too. Like it really does make it work. But no, our mutual friend Robster, I remember him telling me that Temtem Swarm was supposed to be part of maybe the Kickstarter package,
Oh,
and then they eventually ended up making it a full like spin-off separate game.
gotcha.
I remember this thing going into early access, but I had no idea that this game was coming out, and let alone today. This is actually also on PS5 for 12 or $13.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Shoot. They actually have a bundle. This is from a Steam Next Fest a year and a half ago. I played this game called Viking Survivors Asgard's Fall.
Yeah. You remember telling me
It's
about
currently
this?
in a bundle with that, which that's and it's also in a bundle with Deep Rock Galactic Survivors. And in a
Wow.
bundle with Brotato. Okay, listen, the folks at Temtem knew exactly how to market this
They,
game on launch.
yeah. That's a great bundle. Dang. How much is that?
Let's see, the one with Brotato is 13, the one with Deep Rock Galactic Survivors is 20 for both of those games. If you like this
Wow.
genre, that's pretty incredible.
That's a solid deal.
And then with Asgard's Fall, the bundle, well, let's see, it gives me weird info because I already own Asgard's Fall. I don't know. I'm assuming it's also. Oh, it's 15. Oh, shoot.
That's
Those are great deals.
that's tempting. That's tempting. Well, yeah, I wanted to call those out because I thought those were interesting. I may give those a shot. I think the next game that I'm waiting for is Replaced, which is on the 14th. Probably. I have my eye on Mouse PI for Hire. It looks like it's maybe a little bit more to it than I thought originally. And then Pragmata from Capcom is getting just crazy previews, and like it looks weird, but people are saying it's like really really good. So quite a few games in April, honestly.
Yeah. Pragmata is this year's Deathloop, where I feel like I've seen advertisements for that game. Like I have to go into hiding to avoid
Yeah,
advertisements.
there's a yeah. It's so funny how like Deathloop, nobody has ever marketed more than Deathloop ever. I want the documentary on like the marketing budget for Deathloop and how they were able to buy a spot or like a featured presentation at every single game conference like for 3 years straight.
Yeah.
But
And
anyways,
I feel like it was not always in like the anchor spot, but it was like in one of the heavy hitting spots during all these showcases. And up next, take a look at Deathloop.
take
And
a
we're like,
look
oh
at
wait,
Deathloop. Oh, Jake, did you see this octopus like cinematic side scrolling game? Kind of like looks like Inside, but you're an octopus. Did you see that?
no, I didn't.
Darwin's Paradox.
Okay, that title sounds familiar, but I don't know.
So that also came out today. Darwin's Paradox. There's a lot of games that came out today. um, it's published by Konami.
Okay.
It's a like really good looking inside like platformer, but you're an octopus,
Oh man, this looks really good.
right?
A little surprising. It's not quite like Pixar, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's a little more video gamey, maybe looking than a Pixar thing, but
Apparently, there's a new genre that I wasn't aware of until literally 2 days ago. Have you heard of this genre, Jake? Uh, cinematic platformer.
oh yeah, I've heard about that like with games like Planet of Lana.
Okay, so that's the first time I heard that phrase, but it's very fitting. That's why I mentioned Inside because it's a lot like that.
Right.
But Yeah, Darwin's Paradox, and also don't forget we get Saros this month as well. So a ton of games this. Jeez, yeah, dang, April.
Sorrows will close out the month, right? I think it comes out on April 30th.
Saros will close out the month, and I will get a code for that from PlayStation.
Nice.
Um, hopefully that's good. I mean, Returnal is obviously beloved. I know you love that, Jake. I thought it played extremely well, but the story, I don't know. I for some reason kind of bounced. Honestly, I bounced off it because it was so freaking hard. So we'll see if this one's. They're saying this one's a bit more approachable. So we'll see.
Okay, that does remind me. I recently played. This game came out on the 31st. It's called Rat Coin Pusher Roguelike.
What a name! Oh yeah.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah.
So
like those coin pusher games at the arcade.
Yep, I hate them because
they're terrible. Yeah, and I tell my kids, I'm
terrible.
like, please don't play that game. I know it looks cool, but
I think I hate them because as a kid, I would always walk up and I'm like, the coins are they're going to fall. They have to fall. It's like
they
there's
don't
this
fall.
insane overhang 5 coins deep, and you're like, they have to fall, and then you spend $5 and you're like, nothing happened. So when I saw that this game was coming out, I was like, ooh, a coin pusher game like Balatro, where eventually I can manipulate everything.
It's totally got that Balatro like art style too. Oh yeah, dude.
So
Dang.
I played some of that on stream. It's a great time. It's heavily inspired by Balatro, obviously, but I think it does utilize like the coin pusher arcade for its mechanics really well. Highly recommend if you liked Balatro and you like gameplay loops like that. I would recommend it, and I felt like I could get a little bit of revenge on all the money that I had lost. As a kid.
Dang! There's a bundle for this and Balatro. Funny enough. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
This is something that I've noticed, and maybe this would be a good special topics, or maybe we just talk about it really quickly right now because we talked about it with Temtem Swarm, right? Indie games are getting freaking savvy in how they are kind of forming this collectivist mentality where you have bundles like this. I've seen it everywhere.
Okay.
On launch day, I think it's always been like you get it somewhere between like a 10 to 20% discount launch, or you just get the launch discount.
Yeah.
But this like, ooh, you can get this bundle and you can save. Like, I'm looking at it now. Rat Coin also is in a bundle with Slay the Spire 2, in a bundle with Balatro, in a bundle with Clover Pit.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like, dude, that's got to be working. Because I feel like a lot of indie devs
It's a great
games are doing that.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea. And actually, I'm watching the trailer of this coin pusher game, and seeing all the coins fall in looks extremely satisfying.
It is, yeah.
Dang. Is this on mobile? That'd be bad if it was on mobile. I'd never leave my phone.
Not, it's got to be there tomorrow.
Actually, funny enough, played a ton of Balatro in Europe when I went to Europe this last summer. When I was like bored on the train, played a ton of Balatro on my phone. Yeah.
Balatro and Vampire Survivors made the jump to mobile really quickly, and that was like the smartest thing they could have done. I think those games work so well there.
Well, Jake, speaking of new games, me and you went together to Boston, Massachusetts this last weekend to visit PAX East to play video games, try out some stuff, see some people we know from the podcast, Discord, some people that you in your streaming circles. Was a fun time, and we want to take the opportunity in this episode to chat about the demos we played, stuff that popped out to us. So yeah, let's do it. Jake, we'll start off with you. What was your first demo that you want to bring up that you thought was pretty legit?
This was actually the first game that you and I played. This was Kiln, so the game that's coming out, Double Fine. I think we got lucky because, let's see, Cameron and I, we were really on the floor Friday and Saturday. And when we went down to the floor, apparently the folks at Kiln at Double Fine were having internet issues the day before. And so we managed to grab the line when it was pretty short. Man, I saw the trailer for this. I was super excited for it. I remember when they first showed that, and I was like, "Oh, this will be an amazing game to play with my kids. This looks like a really good time." And then I watched them do the pottery stuff, and I was like, How is this going to work on a controller?"
Right.
That was like my big concern. And actually playing this, like, man, they made it work. It feels really good. I feel like I had a lot of control over the different, the pottery as I was doing that. And then I felt like there was a lot of versatility in terms of how you can design combat and how you can engage in combat. It's essentially like a party mode version of a MOBA. I really enjoyed the heck out of this, except I did not like the map we were on.
Yeah, the map was, yeah.
I didn't like the map, but I liked the rest of it. And honestly, it's got me excited for the game. That's also coming out this month, April 23rd.
Yeah, this was fun. I'm glad this is on Game Pass. I could definitely see myself playing this with my kids on the couch. I hope it has couch co-op. I think it does.
So I was looking into this.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me, Jake. Don't tell me.
I cannot find anything that confirms or denies it. And listen, this will be like, I will still download this and my kids and I will still play this, but it's a swing and a miss if this game does not have couch co-op.
Dude,
it's a huge miss.
That is insane to me if this doesn't have couch co-op.
Please Double Fine for all the parents everywhere.
Dude,
or people just game on couches with friends.
That is just a crazy miss if this doesn't have couch co-op. But anyways, aside from that, I thought to your point on the pot creator mechanism, like, that was the coolest part of the demo, honestly. This is probably a highlight for me as well. Like, Killing it was fun. Definitely cool party game for sure. Could see myself playing it. But again, if no couch co-op, I think, honestly, that's a deal breaker. I may not play this if there's no couch co-op. So that's kind of nuts.
It's wild to me. This screams like this is that game that you're in middle school. It's a Friday night. Nobody asked you or your friend group to the dance. You just stay up till 2 a.m. slamming pizza and Mountain Dew, playing various rounds of Kiln.
Dude, that sounds awesome. We should do that again soon.
Yeah.
We should relive those days.
This is only semi-based on a real story.
Remember when you could drink Mountain Dew and eat pizza at like 2 a.m. and wake up and you're just like, I'm good. Do you do that now? You'd be like dead.
You do that now, your stomach is like halfway outside of your body. I don't know, man.
Yeah, this was cool. But yeah, dang, big caveat. I hate to have that negative caveat on there, but yeah, if it does have couch co-op, could definitely see this as a super fun game. I could see my kids spending just hours in the like pot creator, honestly. Like, I could see people making like incredible designs in there and having a lot of fun. So yeah, super glad we got to play that one. I'll give one that we played. This one was a little bit early, but the idea, and I think if this gets fleshed out, I think this will become something really cool. And it's a game called Another Pint. Give me another pint.
Oh, man. You did not want to be on the floor near Cameron and I after playing this game because it's just us in bad
Another
Scottish
pint.
accent.
Yeah, it's called Another Pint. This was a tiny little booth in the middle of the floor at PAX, and it is a management simulation RPG where you run a tavern. And so there's mechanics where you are combining different like herbs and liquids together to make like different types of drinks and like trying to run a tavern and make money. I didn't get to play this for long enough to really experience the mechanics, but there's a story to it. There's, I think, emergent narrative. So they're using procedural generation to do like parts of the narrative piece as like a way to get into the management part of it. It's still super early, so tons of rough edges on this one, but I think the idea is incredible, and it has an amazing art style. And shout out to the developer of this that we talked to for a little bit. Just randomly happens to be a dude from Bulgaria whose family owns a number of climbing gyms here in Utah where Jake and I live. So the most random connection you can possibly imagine. But yeah, the game, super rough around the edges. I think there's going to be a demo soon, Another Pint. You can find it on Steam if you want to wishlist it. But excited to see where this one goes. I think it has a ton of potential.
Yeah, I think something that really stood out to me here is just like the graphics. It doesn't surprise me you liked them because it's a little BG3.
I mean, no, I think it's more, it's like, it almost looks 2D and 3D. What do you call that?
Oh, 2D HD 2D.
It's something like, I don't know, like just the way the assets look. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, it looks good.
Yeah, that was a cool one, and I really loved chatting with those devs. They were just really fun to talk to.
They were very fun to talk to.
Let's see, another one that I want to bring up. This is one that I played. I actually didn't play too much of it because it's a game that I was already kind of sold on. This is Well Dweller.
Yep.
Well Dweller is the next game from Kyle Thompson, who is a dev that has made, let's see, they've made 3 games, Sheepo, Islets, and Crypt Custodian. I've only played Islets and Crypt Custodian, and both of those games I really enjoyed. They're both Metroidvanias. This one is looking to be like another Metroidvania. This one has slightly different mechanics. Your weapon is like a matchstick, and how brightly the fire burns like reflects your health. I don't know if it impacts like your damage output, but it seemed interesting. This game also has like pretty creepy looking bosses. The boss in this game, I was like, this is a little more horror than what I've seen from this dev before.
Right.
But I really liked it, and I didn't have to play all that much of it to know that I was going to like it, because it's like, if you, from the indie sphere folks, if you know who Kyle Thompson is, if you like Kyle Thompson games, this is a Kyle Thompson joint, and it's going to be what you want from it. So I enjoyed it.
Nice. The next one I had on my list was Royalty Free for All. So this is a royalty free like copyright characters, like unlicensed characters or characters in the public domain, Smash Bros. And it has sort of a Cuphead style illustrated art style that I thought was like really well done and looked really good. But yeah, so you play as characters like you have Sweeney Todd, Mother Goose, Piglet, Oliver Twist, Nessie, Lancelot. So these are like the most random characters you can think of, but they're all public domain. So we even sat there and asked, I was like, hey, what about Steamboat Willie? And the guy was like, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like such an obvious one for this. But this actually played really well and looked really good. And so I was like, this is probably the favorite thing that I played at the show. Probably. This is probably my game of the show if I had one. But yeah, just an amazing idea, first off. Like, incredible idea. Looks fantastic and plays well. I do think it is, you could tell it was like a little rough around the edges. I think maybe a teeny bit more, hopefully they do a teeny bit more work in terms of collisions and making sort of the combat just a tad bit heavier and weightier. I think if they do that, they have a hit on their hands.
Yeah, this was probably my biggest surprise. Cameron and I, we like kind of looked at it, saw the line was short, and I thought they were super smart in how they ran their booth. They essentially just had two stations with 4 chairs each, and you were there for like 8 minutes or something, right? You like did character selection, and you like picked a character within 1 minute, and I think you did like an 8 minute round or something like that. So it was like within 10 minutes, they could get 8 people going through. But yeah, so we just kind of on a whim went there, and that the biggest surprise to me, and it was like, dang, this feels pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like this plays pretty easily, and that was part of their marketing pitch was just like, oh, this is a game that it's like a simplified Smash Bros. So for people like me who Smash Bros, oh my gosh, it's difficult to play Smash Bros with people because there's some people who just will just annihilate you.
Right.
But what I liked about this too is that I felt like there's a little less clutter on screen, and that's probably one of my biggest hangups with brawlers like Smash Bros, where sometimes the screen is just I can't even tell what's going on. I can't even find my character. Here, this is for those of us who are a little slower when it comes to these games. So, I also really enjoyed it.
Jake, what else did you like at the show?
Well, let's see. Cameron and I both played Backyard Baseball. The new version
Yeah.
coming out in, I think, has a release date. I want to say it's July 9th or July 13th
Mm-hmm.
of this year. Basically, you were just like doing practice hits, and it was like a home run derby kind of thing.
Yeah.
And man, it felt good. It looked good, and I think it's gonna be a pretty straightforward game. But I think it's gonna be just like a ton of fun. Especially, I was thinking about just family gaming. Everybody kind of sitting around, taking turns, going up to bat in the home run derby, competing in other ways, playing games or whatever. It looked like just a pretty simple, straightforward, good old fashioned fun.
Yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, backyard baseball. Excited to play with it. This one does look like it has couch co-op. And so yeah, I could see my son Drake loves baseball. He's gotten really into it in the past couple of years, so could see him getting super pumped to play this one for sure.
Very nice.
Speaking of that, PlayStation game MLB 26 came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I don't play those games, but they're
Ask if you-
yeah, MLB The Show 26 came out. I actually helped work on that a little bit. So,
Oh, very cool. Very nice.
let's see here. Jake, I think the rest of I can mention there was a trailer for this. I can't remember at which show it was, but it's God Save Birmingham.
Oh, yeah.
And this actually had a pretty big booth on the show floor. This is a survival crafting game that takes place in some, medieval England that is overrun with the undead. And this is another one where I think ton of potential here for something really cool, but is super, 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 super rough around the edges. So yeah, it's like I can see like that it could be really cool, right? It's this medieval world. It looks gorgeous. Like the character models like look incredible. It's got like pretty punchy, weighty combat. It's got like survival crafting elements and different things, but all of it's just so early. It's hard to see like the full vision of what they're doing. It seems like they're really close, but I can see like they're close to something that could be really, really cool. I think if they get the story right and they get sort of that quality of life in here, this could be something really dope.
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly just a sandbox, and there were some pretty vague goals. Most of the goals were oriented around figuring out the survival mechanics.
Yes.
But yeah, I felt like kind of walking through this world, how combat felt, the different items you could pick up and use in combat. Like I found a scythe to use, and I thought that was really fun. Yeah, and some pretty rudimentary but cool like level design going on in here. We were talking. Cameron and I were actually talking with a member of our Discord, Orden, about this, who also played God Save Birmingham. And there's this cool moment where, like, when you leave kind of the main village, you can look up the hill and you see this church.
Yes.
On the top of the hill. And in that moment, I was like, I could see the potential of, like, dang, this could be really cool. You give me some cool plague-related zombie story. You involve, like, medieval religion with that in some capacity. Like, you can make this thing pretty dang cool and pretty interesting. So, yeah, I think in some ways, yeah, maybe a little basic, maybe a little early, but I thought it was really easy to see like how it could be a really fun game.
I'm almost envisioning like State of Decay, but in a medieval universe. I don't know if you played the State of Decay games at all, Jake. Probably not. Yeah. Sort of a similar idea, and I could, yeah, tons of potential on this one.
Mhm.
Jake, anything else you want to mention from the show? I think that's pretty much it for me in terms of demos that like stood out. I didn't go to the Nintendo booth because it was a 4-hour line to play Pokopia, which I own and is at my house.
Yeah.
No, you could play Pokemon Stadium, whatever the new Pokemon Stadium game is that's coming next month. What is it called? Is it called Pokemon Stadium?
Pokemon Champions.
Champion. Okay. Well, okay. And then they had the Mario Wonder multiplayer like party mode switch to edition update or whatever. So, but the line was just absolutely ridiculous for that. So it was like, okay, I'll just wait a couple weeks.
Pokemon Champions, I think, was like a 4-hour line.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, it was something stupid. Yep.
A few things to mention. I want to point out there's one game that Cameron and I didn't get to play, but was maybe hotness at the show, which I think is worth mentioning, and that's Grave Seasons. So Grave Seasons will be published by Blumhouse. It has a release date for mid-August, if I can't remember the date exactly. We actually spoke to one of the devs like super briefly just about the game. Yeah, every time we walked past this booth, it was a minimum 2-hour wait to get in. People were really excited about it, and essentially what it is, I think Cameron and I both agree, this is like a super genius idea for a farming sim, but essentially it looks like your regular farming cozy game where you move to a town, you take up the farm, and you start managing it. Well, it turns out that somebody in this beautiful little community is a serial killer, and they're going around murdering people in the town. And the way that this dev explained it to us was you actually find out relatively quickly who the murderer is. You just have to try to prevent the murders. And I was like, this is incredible. I love this here. It's like, small town, but big scandal and mystery kind of in wild story going on. The crazy thing about this, though, is that because it's a farming sim and you can romance everybody, you can romance the serial killer, which is like,
that's wild.
Okay. And a part of me is like, I kind of want to play this game twice and figure out if you get an ending where the serial killer like kills you if you marry them or whatever it is. Like, how does this turn out? I don't know. So definitely wanted to bring that one up.
Yeah, that had just a crazy line the whole time, and the previews and hands-on for that have been like overwhelmingly positive. So excited to see. I'd love to get like a Next Fest demo of that one to give that one a shot, which I imagine I think I read or heard that that's exactly what they had this initial demo at PAX, but the plan is to have like a public demo on Steam here in the next couple weeks. So
yeah, and they just announced the release date in the Xbox Partner Showcase. It is also coming to Game Pass, so I think that will be widely.
Oh, I didn't know it was coming to Game Pass. That's awesome.
Just to kind of run through a few other games that I really liked. There was a kind of top-down, or not top-down, more like an isometric ARPG Souls-like called Lunarium. I thought that was a lot of fun. There was one Metroidvania. We spoke with the devs here quite a lot. This will surprise nobody. I talked to them a lot about their pixel arts. I thought their animations were super impressive. Mm-hmm. It's called Tales of Fate. My favorite demo from the game, though, was actually Motor Slice.
Nice.
This game is one that's been on my radar for a while. It's interesting because we were talking with another Discord member, Soccer, who also I know has been watching this game for quite a while. And Soccer was saying the last time they played a demo, they felt a little underwhelmed. I was playing the demo and he and I were talking like, is this a different demo? Because I was playing it and it felt really incredible. I loved how it handled boss fights. It does feel, I know this might be like a little risky to say, it does actually remind me quite a lot of Shadow of the Colossus, like doing some of those boss fights.
Oh.
There's because the boss fights are primarily platforming challenges. So I thought it was a cool game. It's the one that got me the most excited. They just announced today that they're releasing it sometime in May. So they have a release month, but not a date. But yeah, I had just so much fun playing that one, even if I was really bad at playing it.
Nice. Well, Jake, I think that's pretty much it from the show. Although I do want to mention a shout out to the video game trivia.
Oh yeah,
thing that we went to. I want to call out the crazy. I can't remember. Dang it, I can't remember the question. So I think the funnest thing they did is what they showed images, like partial images of game covers, and the panelists had to like guess which game it was, and somebody got one for Biomutant off like half of like a leaf from like a palm tree, and I thought that was insane. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, so this is Finn from the NOLA Nerdcast.
That's
one
right.
of the contestants. And yeah, this was wild. So there's this whole section. So this is Jacob McCourt does this. It's he does two different podcasts. One is I think the Left Behind podcast or Left Behind Games. I'm blanking on it right now. And the other one is a PlayStation one. But anyway, so he's up there hosting this, and the game is this. There's a highly zoomed in cover of a game, and literally for this one, it's just like ferns. It's like ferns and like some trees behind those ferns. And the immediate thought I had was like, is this a Donkey Kong game? Like, I'm trying to think of what game would like have some kind of like jungle foliage like on the cover.
Yeah.
And if people are stumped, you can zoom out a little bit and you get more information. Not Finn, dude. This guy is just like, he like, buzzes in. I got it. Everybody in the room like goes quiet. They're like, this guy's insane. And he's like, it's Biomutant. And then sure enough, it was the Biomutant cover. Yeah. One, the video game trivia that Jacob McCourt hosts is so much fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
That was wild trivia.
I don't think I would not hold up in that trivia, dude. I don't think I got a single one of those questions right. There were some deep cuts in that trivia, man. Like,
yeah, it's funny because he lures you in with the first few questions. It's like, what is the Pokemon on the cover of Pokemon Pokopia?
Yeah, right.
Everyone's like, it's Ditto. What's Ditto's signature move? It's Transform. And it's like, okay, feels like you need a little more than surface level trivia to get some of the stuff.
I would argue that I think it might be just a little bit too hard. like some of that stuff, like, dude, I think there's probably 2% of the gaming population who can like really answer most of those questions. I mean, it's pretty deep stuff. Yeah,
the one of the things that killed me was the Forsaken 64.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Cover.
Again, such a deep cut, man. Dang.
It was basically zoomed all the way out. Nobody knew what it was. One of our friends there, I leaned over to him and I was just like, this looks like an early 2000s new metal album cover. I'm convinced this isn't even a game. Like,
apparently Mike Minotti's favorite video game, which I feel like I know because I do listen to Mike and Jeff Grubb's podcast. I don't listen to Giant Bomb that often, but I listen to their
this
podcast.
Is Mike Minotti's favorite game?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I thought it was Jeff Grubb always talks about another one. So Jeff Grubb loves oh my gosh. I can't remember. Not Mud Runner,
Snow Runner?
He loves Snow Runner. He actually is the one who got me to try Snow Runner, and I actually discovered the beauty of it and saw its glory. Yeah, Snow Runner, dude.
I remember that.
There's a sequel to it that I think it didn't like do that well. So, yeah, PAX East, Boston was a long trip to get out there, but was fun to see the games. I will say overall, I think I was generally a little bit disappointed in kind of the showing and like I guess the number of games and maybe the showing from kind of just across the publishing world. I don't think I had like crazy high expectations, but I was maybe expecting a little bit more. But it's one of those things where, these conferences, I think since COVID have just become a little bit lower stakes, especially for the big publishers like Sony and Xbox and EA, Activision, like those types. So I guess I shouldn't have been surprised, but yeah, I think the last gaming conference that I went to was E3 2018. So which was obviously a little bit different. That doesn't exist anymore. But regardless, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Great to see a lot of people too, and sit down and have meals with people, just kind of wander the hall, see things. Yeah, I kind of feel like this is the second PAX that I've been to, and obviously I love indie games, and so I love just kind of hunting down what indie games are just showing up here seemingly out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where I find the excitement in something like this. It's or like there's this game that's coming out called Zward, that Zwaard, and I was like shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, you can play a demo here, right? And it would be cool too. Sometimes you'd find an indie like that, and you're like, oh, like this demo actually isn't on Steam. Like there is it has a little bit of that exclusivity feel to it. You're like, oh, cool. Like let's try out this demo before it even hits Steam. Like let's see what it's got and what they're cooking up over here.
Find that diamond in the rough. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our episode talking about PAX. Tons more gaming content coming your way. Lots of stuff coming out this month. Much of which I'm sure me and Jake will play. Haven't figured out the full schedule, but stay tuned. April looks like a big month for video games. If you're listening to this and you're a Patreon member, stay tuned. We're going to have an extended edition just talking about sort of the conference in general and kind of our thoughts on PAX and other video game conferences. If not, that's okay. Thanks so much for listening. Please leave a review on your podcast platform of choice. If you do want access to our extended edition and other bonus content, you can sign up on the patreon.com/PreaderCast. Also tune in and watch Jake stream twitch.tv/ChipDip18, and you can join the conversation in the Discord. Link to that is in the description. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great night.